So this year on September 21st, I went for a 12-hour walk. Here's what happened. Okay, about to start my walk. 6:30 almost in the morning here. I'm excited. Feeling a little bit under the weather, but that's okay. I think that's what's meant to be. So, I'll tell you all about it once I'm done. Cool. So, on the walk, let's talk about that. A couple main things. Takeaway, why did I do it? Is to train your mind. So even though it was 12 hours, the physical aspect wasn't as important. It was more looking inwards and how to develop a stronger, more possible mindset. With my experience, I would say first 6 hours, it was kind of hard to get into the groove, right? Like you're walking, first of all, there's no music, right? There's no phone. You can put your phone on airplane mode, but you do it alone. And I think that's the beauty about this. You get to disconnect from the world, from your everyday things. Nothing to worry about for 12 hours. Just invest into you. For me, back to what I was saying, 12 hours, the first 6 hours, I couldn't concentrate, really. There was a lot of distractions. And I think there's a magic spot. That's why it's not the 12 or it's the 6-hour walk, it's the 12-hour walk. After I have lunch, midway through, and as I kind of make my way back home, I started to really feel the effect. My body was starting to ache. But then I was starting to kind of see these images of what's most important to me. For me, it was my family. As most of you know, or some of you know, I've actually gotten into a motorcycle accident just recently in June 29th. And it was a very serious incident. I was in the ICU for a little bit. So this walk was very crucial for me to dig back inside and figuring out, can I be the man that I was before the accident? So the bottom part really was this constant imaging of my family, my son, my wife, my business. All these were constantly playing through my head. And then I have my answer. My answer is, what is most important to me in my life at that current moment? And it was my family. Right? After that, well, on the 9-hour mark, that's when my body's starting to break down. It's starting to hurt. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to go home. I wanted to call myself an Uber or my wife to come pick me up, but I knew I made a commitment. So that's takeaway number 2. Because when you do commit to doing something like this, especially this challenge, you made a commitment at hour 9, and every second from here on out, for me anyways, it hurt. Like every time I took a break, it hurt even more because the lactic acid was being built up. My feet, doesn't matter how much I was massaging them, every time I stood back up, that sucked. And this is how you develop the possible mindset. So after I was done, it was probably one of the hardest things I've ever did in my life, but it was worth it because I got both. My mind got stronger and I was able to figure out some of my so-called demons. I was able to conquer them and become a stronger version of me. So that was my 12-hour experience. I hope I inspire some of you to maybe do this. If you have not, maybe one day, take a little walk for yourself. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
Hey, how are you feeling? Was it the hardest thing you've ever done?
Yeah. Hi, kid.
Oh gosh, good job. So proud of you.
That was hard. That's hard. Okay, just finished it. Wow, such an amazing experience. Also the hardest thing I've ever done, actually. So close to 30 miles. Took a few breaks here and there, but that was definitely eye-opening. I highly recommend it. Makes you really believe that possible mindset is the real thing. That you can really do or can do anything you set your mind to it. So I'm glad I did it. Can't wait for Jenna and my wife to do it and others to do it. Well, hopefully we'll see you the next time. So you go like, well, Eric, I don't think I can do the 12-hour challenge right now. I feel like that's very difficult. How do I train for this? So here's a little tip from me. You can start with just a few hours, right? Start walking, priming yourself, put on a backpack, put some water in it, some snacks, and just go for a 6-hour walk if you want to. Maybe take the family, right? Maybe do a little bit less. So the idea is to do smaller chunks to prime for it, because in my opinion, you do have to train for it, because this is not just for everybody. Now, don't get me wrong, the 12-hour arc did say you're allowed to take as many breaks as you want. For me, I think I was competitive, so I didn't actually take as much breaks as I wanted to. So do take your breaks, because that's allowed, right? Once again, it's not about the distance, it's about how far you can go. So my tip for you is start walking more. As you already know, in my training methodology, we always talk about daily activities. So just walking 30 to 60 to even more minutes, longer minutes every day can go a long way. If outside is a little cold, put on a jacket. If not, get on the treadmill or go walk around some indoor, could be the mall, if you want to go there and do that. If not, walk inside a dome, all right? But trying to spend some time outside, you'd be surprised what that does for you. So just 30 to 60 minutes, do that for a few weeks and see how you feel. Work up to 2 to 3 hours and you catch my drift. Then from there, maybe go for 6 hours, all right?